السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا. Marhaban. Welcome guys to another live stream. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Having a good Saturday. So yeah, another live stream guys. As you guys can tell, last week I apologize. I wasn't able to do the live stream. But this week, inshallah, we've got a live stream. And inshallah, I'm going to be answering your questions. My name is Liaquat Zaman. By the way, if you guys are not familiar, Sal, yeah, just received your message. Okay, so how has everyone been? Is the sound working? Is the picture working? Did you guys miss me last week? You guys miss my company? I missed your company, so you better have missed my company. Wa alaikum assalam, Paywand Salih, ahla wa sahlan from the woods. Assalamu alaikum wa salam wa rahmatullah. And Ra'is, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. John Doe, wa alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan. John Doe. Mubin Rahman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ahlan wa sahlan. Hope all of you guys are well, enjoying yourselves. So today I had a long ride today. It was a about 30 mile ride today, 29 miles. So yeah, about 30 miles. Yeah, Sal, you missed me last week, yeah? Well, Sal, now you've got me this week now. You've got me this week. So yeah, so 30 miles, 29 miles. Good, it was a good ride, nice ride. Weather was quite nice as well. It was that kind of cool, cold, sunny. End of the ride, it did get a bit nice and hot. Yeah. So it was kind of like enjoyable in that sense. And the rest is that. So I feel very, very, you can say, lethargic today. So hopefully the tea will re-energize me. And I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, our cat had kittens. So the kittens are at my mum's house before anyone asks we want to see them. And there's 4 kittens, and they're all very cute, and they're quite fat. I don't know why they're so fat. Yeah, they're very fat from the last litter, and they got sharp claws. So no point to really picking them up if you're wearing delicate clothes. Wa alaikum assalam, Yusuf Dawood. Ahla wa sahlan. Ahla wa sahlan. Welcome, Yusuf. Request for du'as, trying to find a job. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give Yusuf a job, halal earning that is beneficial for him in this dunya and the akhirah. Ameen. Okay, so John Doe, do you think people underestimate God by only thinking God as God who revealed the Quran and not God the creator of the atoms? Not really, no. I mean, you see, the thing is not everyone's gonna have the same perception of God, the same perception of God as everyone else. In the sense that, look, if you ask your uncles and aunties, right, about God, their understanding of God is going to be based upon their interaction with the world. So the more interaction with the world that you have, the more your understanding of God is going to increase, especially when, you obviously are reading about God in the Quran. Definitely. So I would say that it all depends on the situation. It's like, for example, the Sahaba understood God, Allah, and we understand Allah. But knowing about Allah in today's times, we're going to know about Allah in His signs in different ways. So they understood Allah, or they recognized Allah in His signs in different ways. So, yeah. Randomly, wa alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome randomly. John Doe, I'm thinking of acre cards to some 17 lessons to help marinate the rules. Excellent, good idea. Definitely go for it. Go for it. Is it Anki cards? Acre. I've never heard of Acre, but I know about Anki. Yeah, so go for it. I would say anything that would make you revise and memorize and learn rules is excellent. The feeling of going down a steep hill on a bike, letting go of the handles with the wind in your face is the best. Yeah, apart from the part of letting go your handles. The thing is, when you're going down a hill, you have to try and make it like the more aerodynamic as possible. That's the issue. So when you're going downhill, you want to try to make your body as small as possible and try to make it a bit sort of like allow the air to be able to pass through. Yeah, so definitely makes it go faster. But without touching the handlebars, yeah, I haven't reached that level yet, bro. A long time no see. How have you been? Randomly, excellent. I've been very good. How have you been? Where have you been? How have you been? And what are you up to? I'm stalking you now. Qamar Initiative. Assalamu alaikum. My mom asked me questions regarding Islam. I say I don't know. She assumes I do. How should I react if someone assumes I have no knowledge when in reality I don't? Excellent. Just tell her you don't. Good question. So tell her you don't know, and that way she'll realize that not everyone knows everything about Islam. So just say to her, look, I haven't learned about this. Just like if there's a doctor who's doesn't know everything. I mean, doctors, they don't know everything. The same concept. So maybe explain to her how doctors don't know everything, and it's just something which is knowledge. Wa alaikum assalam, Sufyan. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Welcome, Sufyan. Today I've got the nice fruit tea. This is excellent. This is that pack with all that kind of red cubes, and then it's got all those leaves in there. Oh, it's so fragrant. You know what it smells like? Let me tell you what it smells like. If you've ever been to Palestine and you've been in the Christian Quarter, that kind of incense kind of smell, right? So it's that kind of smell, very strong, deep, spicy smell. And when you taste it, it tastes nice. It hits everything in your mouth. Luqman, wa alaikum assalam. Ahla wa sahlan, Luqman. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Malmo Abu Laythimin said that the place of Lod where the Dajjal will be defeated was taken from Christian sources. No, there are narrations about it. I mean, everyone asking about. I would say don't listen to the guy. Do not listen to him, please. Do not listen to the guy. He just confuses people, and he comes out with things which are very, very deviant. So stay away from the guy. But yeah, there are like narrations, Sahih narrations that mention that he'll be killed in. So if a person wants to discuss, for example, like a very, very advanced hadith level about usul hadith and these kind of levels, that's a separate issue. But yes, there are authentic narrations that do mention this wording, lud, babu lud. Ahmad Raza, wa alaikum assalam, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome, marhaban. Out of curiosity, how long have you been growing your hair for? My hair, as you guys can see, well, I've been growing it and cutting it. So I've been growing it since I was born from my mum. And so whenever people ask me how long you've been growing it for, I mean, I don't understand the question. Like, do you mean since I was born? How long have you been growing it for? In that case, 38 years. But if you mean like, so I've been cutting it. So it grows, and then I cut it, I trim it, and then it grows, and I cut it. Yeah. So the last time I shaved all my hair off, if that's what you're asking, was I think it was about 3 years ago. About 3 years ago, when we went for Umrah. Can't complain. Alhamdulillah, it's life. Everything is better now, though. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Good to hear, bro. Good to hear. Dua for hair growth. Bismillah. I don't know any dua for hair growth. Bismillah, ya Allah, make my hair grow. Abu Safura, wa alaikum assalam. MashaAllah, Abu Safura. Long time no see, bro. Abu Safura. Long time no see, or actually long time no one to see. What's the Ramadan plan for live content on the channel? So yeah, Ramadan, I'm gonna obviously usually I take a break in Ramadan. I'm also gonna be taking a break in this week and next week most likely. So normal content is gonna come to a standstill. Ramadan, I'm thinking about I'm gonna do live streams, but I'll probably do in the late afternoons. And I don't know exactly yet which text to kind of cover. So I'm gonna see, inshallah. I don't know. I had a few things in mind, but I don't really know at the moment. I'm gonna continue tafsir as well. So I'll be doing tafsir. What do you think? What do you think I should cover? Wa alaikum assalam, Ismail. Ahlan wa sahlan. I'm very good. Thank you very much for asking. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan wa sahlan. MashaAllah. To grow hair that length takes at least 6 months. Yeah, bro. That's better. Yeah, it depends. Different people have different times for growth. Different seasons as well. I think sometimes my hair grows longer in some seasons, and some seasons it's a bit shorter. Yeah, but my hair at the moment is it's a bit greasy. Yeah, so I don't know. Wa alaikum assalam, Valerie. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Welcome. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Seen your super cool pics. That deserves to go on the screen, bro. That deserves to go on the screen. Super cool pics. And the guy who took those pics he's a super cool guy sometimes. Mufti, what are you planning to Tarawih this year? I'm not a Hafiz of Quran, so I don't really do Taraweehs, but I prayed Taraweehs behind the Imam, inshallah. So hopefully I'm going to be doing it at a Sufa Institute. What I might do, I'm thinking about, I might do a Sufa, and then maybe if I get time, maybe I might do like my own one as well at home, just to get extra rakats. I'm growing my hair too, Sheikh. A brother told me that it was a mustaqil sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to keep hair up to earlobes only. There's nothing in the hadith that he used to cut it up to his earlobes. Yeah, so it's just observations of like, if you look at my hair, yeah, it kind of falls below the earlobes. So his hair used to sometimes come up to his earlobe, below his earlobes, different sizes. Tafsir, but more in depth, so can appreciate IMO. Okay, that's a good one. Alhamdulillah, and tafsir for Ramadan, yeah? Yeah, definitely, inshallah. Inshallah, I'm gonna do a tafsir. Amullah, ahlan wa sahlan. Alaikum assalam, rahmatullah. Abu Safura, GBMF. Yeah, GBMF. Yeah, that's the local one that is. But so far is a sofa, man. I wish to grow my hair up to around shoulders. I'm not sure it would be considered going against the sunnah or worse. No, it's permissible. Yeah, it's permissible. There's narrations about this. I mean, as long as it doesn't imitate women's hair. So does my hair imitate women's hair? Do you normally see women with hair like this? And every time you see hair like this, if you saw me from behind, would you think I was a woman? Or from the side? No, obviously my beard gives it away. Yeah, a bit of the facial hair kind of gives it away. All right, guys. So let's start questions. So let's check out Curious Cat. Curious Cat. Check out what's happening with Curious Cat. Okay. So all right, let's look at quite a few days back, right? Okay, this is a question someone asked. So unfortunately, I can't bring it up on the screen. So it's a question that's asked over here. What is your view on the niqab? Which opinion do you feel is stronger, that is obligatory? So I feel that when it comes to the issue with regards to women covering up, that the ayats and the hadith indicate that the more a woman covers up, the more a woman covers her beauty, then the better this is. Yeah, this is what the Quran says. وَإِن يَسْتَعْفِفْنَ خَيْرٌ لَهُنَّ, Allah says. However, the issue of the niqab, I would say, is this is something which would differ in place and time. Yeah. So in certain places where if a woman finds it difficult to be able to wear the niqab, then I would say that it would be recommended for her to wear if she can, and she can't, then it's fine. And if it's in a place where it's totally easy for her and there is fear for maybe this it's more of a protection for her, then I would say that it is considered to be highly emphasized, or maybe even at the level of wajib, depending on the situation, I would say. So it wouldn't just be like a blanket ruling. It depends on situation, time. So the deleels regarding it are not clear cut in that sense. Okay, right. Next question. Where is question gone? Right. Okay, this is on CC. Can you go Hajj if you have a mortgage? Okay, let me answer this. Yes. But two, can a wife do job which involves talking to men on the phone even with husband's permission? Yes. Do you give kafara for pray and fast if someone missed Johor Asr and dies at Maghrib? Do you give kafara for pray and fast if number three, I don't understand the question. Okay, that's done. Okay, next one. Okay, can you please explain in detail if there are haram ingredients such as alcohol and animal stuff in makeup products? Would that make it haram for a woman to use? So this isn't a very easy question to answer. This actually requires knowledge of the ingredients and all that, right? So generally, the rule will be this: if something is categorically haram and impure, so it has to be haram and not everything haram is impure. So if it's haram and impure, right, then you cannot use it, right? But if it's haram and not impure, then it possibly can be used, right? So this is where the difference would be. So the answer would not be a straight answer. It would depend upon what the exact ingredients. So if you can mention the ingredients to me, I mean, I actually don't mention the ingredients because then I'll have to go and investigate and find out, and then I don't have time for that. So that's a general. Okay, an internet company says if you sign a contract of £25 a month, we'll give you £100 Visa voucher. Is it okay to apply for this? It all depends on the terms and conditions. So generally, if a person, if you're gonna like opt in for a particular contract, and someone's gonna give you some money, where's that money coming from? What is that money for? Yeah. So if it's, for example, they're giving you back money that you've given, then that would be permissible. But if it's to do with the terms and conditions are such that this falls in the realm of interest, then it wouldn't be permissible. So it all depends. It seems as though it's okay, unless I'm given more information. Okay, wait, if you consume alcohol, you shouldn't pray. Yeah, this was basically a question someone asked, and I think I didn't really kind of read it properly. So they basically asked the question that if a person drinks alcohol, in a hadith it says that for 40 days their prayers are not accepted. So what's the ruling of this? So if a person drank it accidentally, then there won't be any consequence. If a person deliberately drank alcohol, then the reward of the 40 days will not be accepted. The reward, they won't get a reward. They still have to pray the salat, but they just don't get that extra reward. Yeah, so that's the sin, that's the consequence of your sins. You're deprived of Allah's mercy and Allah's. Okay, next one. Okay, Salam. I've just had a couple of questions regarding fasting. Does inhaling the steam that builds up in the bathroom during shower break? No, it doesn't. Yeah, doesn't break fast. The steam that breaks your fast is if you take steam and you put it in your mouth and you deliberately inhale steam in some sort of vessel, that will break your fast. Yeah, but otherwise steam doesn't break your fast. How should one gargle when fasting? So when you're fasting, don't gargle. Do not gargle when you're fasting, basically. When fasting, my teeth tend to bleed for 5 minutes during the day at times. Usually happens when making wudu or when I have instigated my gums with my tongue or a pen unintentionally due to habit. So I spend a lot of time spitting out blood until it doesn't look red. Either I do in the restroom or on tissues. What would be the best way to deal with this, as I don't want to waste time in the Just spit it out. I don't really know what else to do. Spit it out. Ignore if as long as you can't taste any blood in your mouth, then you're fine. Even if you swallow it, your fast won't break. So this would become haraj. But if it's like blood you can taste in your mouth, you should spit it out. If one feels a slight taste of blood in the mouth, what should they do? Yeah, so if slight blood, I would say it's okay. But if it's like a very strong taste of blood, then no, spit it out. Okay, next question. If something comes out from both passages by accident, does it break wudu? Yes, it does. It breaks wudu. Does this apply to passing wind? Yes, it does. Okay. So the ghusl would be still valid, right? Yes. So if a person's taking a bath and they have like broken wind, then the ghusl is still valid. They'll just have to repeat the wudu again. Do the wudu limbs need to be washed again in a regular wudu order during ghusl if one wanted to have wudu as well? No, they wouldn't have to. Yeah, you wouldn't have to. It's ideal to try and do that, but you wouldn't have to. All right. Let's. Okay, next one. What counts as starting of a fast? If someone makes intention at midnight for nafal fast but changes his mind just before half day, has the fast started? If someone makes intention at midnight for nafal fast but changes his mind just before half day, no. So as long as you had the intention, as soon as Fajr starts, as long as you had the intention of fasting, your fast has started. Yeah. So at Fajr time, did you have an intention of fasting? Yeah, if so, then your intention starts. If you had no intention of fasting, then you can make a fast all the way up to half day. Yeah, this is according to the Hanafis in Ramadan fasts. Is it true that women are created to accompany men? Is it true that men's opinion and work is more valuable than women's in Islam? No, that's not true. Wa alaikum assalam. We usually pay our zakat on the first of Ramadan every year. We have savings which are for a house deposit, which are in the process of finalizing. Are these included in our zakat? We should be moving in a few months. So I'll answer this one and write it out. So wassalam. If the deal doesn't go through, then you will have to give zakat on it. Otherwise, no. Right, that was easy. Okay, next. All right, let me just answer some questions over here. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm bald. I wish I could grow my hair. Ya Allah, give Kazmataz nice long hair. Mufti, sometimes I feel jealous of another person, but I hate that feeling. Do I get sin for jealous? No. There's no sin for feeling jealous. The sin is the reaction that you do after jealousy. That's where the sin is. This is what Imam Ghazali rahimahullah says. The sin is basically after you feel jealous, like the thing that you do after that. So as long as you control yourself, you're fine. Wa alaikum assalam, Usman Akram. When using the toilet, is it better to avoid having your back facing the toilet if a person has a toilet already facing the toilet? Person has a toilet facing the toilet. I don't understand. When you got two toilets in your toilet, are you saying that? I'm not sure I'll get the question. If you can repeat the question. Do a course on signs of the end of time and how they're playing in modern world. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. John Doe, I can tell you like a lot of Imam Mahdi talks and Ya'juj Ma'juj talks. Would you recommend reading Ma'rif al-Quran Tafsir of Mufti Shafi or some layman? I heard it's the easiest. Yes. I mean, it's quite long. I mean, the thing is, you'd probably burn out before completing the first volume, 8 volumes. But if you want to read it, maybe better for you, maybe to read like Mufti Taqi Usmani's Noble Quran. What should be done if you give the Fajr Adhan and forget to say? Okay, let me put these questions up here. What should be done if you give the Fajr Adhan and forget to say Qad Qamat Sun? Nothing needs to be done. If you can remember to repeat it, say it. Otherwise, no. It's fine. Right. If the Christians ask you, okay. If the Christians ask you, why are you praying? Can I answer them by saying, because I am following the Prophet Isa alayhi salam, as in the Bible it says Jesus fell. That sounds fine. I mean, it's an argument. It's sort of like responding to them. That's fine. Yeah. Like gel sanitizer. Like gel sanitizer. I'm not sure I got that one there. Can istinja be done without water? Yes, with tissue. Yeah, as long as the impurity does not go beyond the size of a 2 pence coin. Yasin, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan. I am reading Qiraat al-Rashida to a native Arabic speaker to learn vocabulary and application. Any Arabic books of similar grade you can recommend? Yes, try to read books by Ali Tantawi. So Ali Tantawi's books are very good on this. So usually any of his books are recommended. Oh, not pure synthetic alcohol. Yes, synthetic alcohol is pure. It's not impure. Definitely. Is it haram to use pirated software? No, it's not haram. No, it wouldn't be haram. Does using asthma inhaler break fast? If the asthma inhaler involves perceptible particles going down the throat, yes, it breaks the fast. Can you use someone's food items if it's out in the open, like in the office, if it's stored in fridge, e.g. when making a cup of tea bags, as long as they're okay with it. Yeah, so as long as generally in offices, I assume people are going to be okay with these kind of things. So if they're okay with it, then it's fine. And if you know they're not okay with it, so as long as some sort of like approval or consent has been given, then it's okay. Maheen Afzal, I wish I could grow my hair. I regret getting it cut to the shoulders. Please make dua. Ameen, Ameen. Inshallah. Inshallah. Sorry, I meant Qibla. Oh, facing Qibla. Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah, so according to Hanafis, if you're going toilet, basically, you don't face the Qibla, right? Now, what if you're in a house where the Qibla is in that direction? Then I would say if it's difficult to be able to maneuver, then you can take the Shafi position on this, which is indoors, this rule doesn't apply. They say indoors, it doesn't apply. And I think for many of us, that would be easier to follow because we normally have seated toilets. And if you maneuver slightly that way or this way, you can make a mess of things. So I would say in that situation, it would be... Even Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah has an opinion which says that it's makruh tanzihi, that it's not sinful. And that taking that position would be fine there. Do I have to say Ameen to congregational du'as that is in a different language to mine? No, you don't have to. The zakat question reminds me of Zakat Crash Course video by Sheikh. Check it out, folks. Excellent, easy to understand stuff, mashallah. Yeah, check it out. And I'm also going to be doing a zakat, a 2 purifiers course, zakat and fasting course for a Sufa Institute. And check out their website. On there, actually, let me just, if anyone knows the link to it, if anyone can find the link quickly, and then you can put it up. Yeah, this is the link. So you can, I think on-site spaces are probably taken. Those are, you can register for that. So it's not going to be on my YouTube channel before someone asks. Wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan MB, mashallah, long time. Is it okay to dua in English in non-fard salat? There's ikhtilaf amongst the scholars about this, and my teacher would say that his opinion was that it would be permissible. Because dua is supposed to be you connecting with Allah. Think about this. Now, if you're making a dua in a different language, a lot of people can't connect with Allah. You don't feel that intimacy. So this is why making such du'as, there would be scope for that. Yeah, in nafil salat, in your own language. Yeah, making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Rocky, hi, ahla wa sahlan, welcome. Assalamu alaikum, I Hussein, mashallah, it's Arabic, so I'm going to put it up on the screen. Assalamu alaikum, Mufti Sahib. كيف أمسيتم وقتا طويلا؟ نعم. أنا بخير. أنا كتاب. أنا قلم. نعم أنا بخير الحمد لله. وكيف أنتم؟ كيف الأحوال عندكم؟ لماذا لا تحضر عندنا على البودكاست؟ And you guys been watching the Arabic podcasts? Yeah, Arabic podcasts. Let me know what you think of them. If you have eaten medicine or else you feel really bad, how can you fast? If you have eaten medicine or else you feel really bad, how can you fast? Yeah, if you have to eat medicine, then you can't fast. Yeah, definitely. But I'm back. Good on you. Okay, so today a religious leader of my country said Prophet Muhammad is a racist, thief, criminal, murderer. What should we try to explain Islam to him? Most people, the leaders, they don't understand Islam. And the thing is, they have been given a twisted version of Islam. And most likely that's why he's saying these things. But if he was to learn about the seerah, learn about the Prophet ﷺ from the authentic sources, his mind would definitely change, inshallah. Your armchair is covered in fireflies. Yeah, you like those? Yeah, you like these? It looks like my background looks like it's fake. Some people think, yeah, maybe he's got like a green screen. He's got like different backgrounds. Some people do that actually. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that in the future. Maybe like sometimes I'll do a live stream from Hawaii. Sometimes a live stream from middle of Manhattan, New York. Yeah, right in the middle. So we'll see. I believe some scholars try to restrict the meanings of the Quran ayats, whilst others say the meanings are infinite. Why the discrepancy? I believe some scholars try to restrict the meanings of the Quran. I don't understand. If you can give some examples. Yeah, if you give some examples, inshallah. And then I can probably explain. How does fiqh ruling apply now that we have deep fake videos? How does fiqh ruling apply now that we have being possible? I mean, what do you mean that fiqh videos, like you mean to do with deception? Or are you talking about wudu? I mean, I don't think wudu has anything to do with the deep fake videos. Subhanallah. Is buying and selling cryptocurrency halal? Yes. Don't you have biscuit with that tea? Me? No, not all the time. Not all the time. John Doe, you're not Muhammad Prairie, are you? You sound very familiar to him. Arabic podcast is like another language too. Arabic podcast is like another language. What's your views on Salafis? I don't know. Wallahu alam. Who's your favorite Quran reciter? My favorite Quran reciter, Husari. Fake backgrounds go well with Zoom meetings. Yeah. Actually, I was out today and I had a meeting. Not a meeting, but like I was supposed to deliver a small little segment answering questions on one of my friends. I don't really call it live session. So the background wasn't the best background, and like it wasn't my sort of like style. Yeah, the lighting was wrong. It made my face look very like my mustache looked very thick, and it made me look very grumpy. But yeah, I should have tried to look for some sort of background thing for that. Okay, let's check out some curious cat questions. Okay, next. Okay, on curious cat. Hazrat Mufti Saab, during fasting, I rubbed the tip of my tongue against the back side of my lower teeth sideways. Okay, until something solid accumulated on it. Mistake, while knowing that I'm fasting, I swallowed it. Will it break my fast? No, it will not break your fast. Like a very difficult thing to do. Anyway, it won't break fast. Do I have to do another fast? Now, for example, let's say I fast today. Do I have to fast another day to make it even? Do another fast if I fast one nafal fast? No, you don't have to. There's not a specific number of fasts you have to do to make it even. There's no. You want to fast one fast? Fast one fast. You want to fast 20 fasts? Fast 20 fasts. Okay, next. I'm curious, is the intention for the fast for Ramadan spec, vow, and nafal? Spec, vow, nafal. How's that? From Maghrib to half day and qada, non-specific vow, uh, or all of them from Maghrib to half day. Okay, so it's non-specific. This is probably one of my students. Non-specific fast. It's from Maghrib to Fajr. Non-specific vow fast from Maghrib to Fajr. Okay, next one. I see a lot of people having gaming setups and it looks so aesthetic, but I don't play games and I still want to have my room look aesthetic and be nice environment for me to work. Could you post your room desk setup maybe? Yeah, inshallah. I mean, I've posted it many times. If you check through my feeds, you'll probably find it on Twitter or you check on YouTube, you'll find it there. But yeah, inshallah, well, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. But yeah, inshallah. Okay, next. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I bought a book already from an Islamic bookshop that states does not offer refunds or accept returns. If a book has severe cosmetic damage due to shipping, a partial refund may be issued. Reserves the right of discretion for judgment of damage and proper use of books. Is this an acceptable condition? Are they only making a condition regarding an aib and not ru'ya? Yeah, it's just aib. Yeah, it's aib. So that's fine. You can do that. Also, if they highlight that they only process orders at certain times, e.g., Tuesday and Thursday midday, and you ordered Thursday night and then found out the next day they'll process order, is that fine? That's fine as well. Yeah. So a lot of these conditions in transactions are permissible. Is buying, selling bitcoins and cryptocurrency halal? Yes, it's halal. Oh, all the curious questions are finished. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Right, let's check out some of this then. All right, so next. Imagine all the followers of Musab send him pictures from their countries and he uses each one. Yeah, imagine that. Send you pictures of your front rooms. Me sitting in your front room waiting for waiting for you to bring teas and biscuits to me. Okay, he is creating an army of Hindu youth to fight against Islam. He abuses the Prophet daily, he abuses Islam daily, and the government supports him, and we are abused by them on social. May Allah make it easy for you, brother. Like in the pics in. Can we open and break our fast by going by adhan on radio receiver? Sometimes sun hasn't set. No, if you know sun hasn't set, no, you have to follow the correct time, which is the time on your calendars. So I don't think anyone has any excuse nowadays to not follow the right time. Everyone's got phones or access to the internet. You can download the timetables, keep it with you, and just keep checking. What's the status with Taraweeh Salah in Brahm Masjid? Is it going? Yes, it's going ahead in I think all the mosques. If someone who is autistic since birth, is he or she ma'soom? Again, see, autism it depends on where on the spectrum the person lies. So autism is a condition. Many people can have autism, but they have different levels of it. Yeah. So because I thought autism was either you have autism or you don't have it, and I was actually wrong. I actually found out someone who's actually an expert in this field actually told me that no, you have different grades of it. So someone can have autism, but they understand everything around them. They understand the laws. It's just that they find certain things difficult for them to do. Yeah, like they find it very difficult to, like maybe put clothes onto themselves or eat food, but they can understand everything else. So someone who was like that was a guy called Tim Peaks. You can check him out. Tim Peaks. He died now. He was the inspiration for Rain Man, the movie. Salam. I hope you're well. What parameter does Allah use to forgive people The man who killed 99. How is this considered fair? So yeah. So basically, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he forgives someone, like fairness, when we say something is fair, fairness, that's all to do with Allah. Allah is the one that has stipulated what's fair and what's just. Right? So we just follow whatever Allah says. So if, for example, like there is a situation where a person has done a crime, then like how does Allah forgive a person? So if it's a sin that is only between them and Allah, then Allah is the one that forgives them. If it's a sin which is to do with other people, then that person must get forgiveness from the family or must have some sort of a compensation, must give some sort of compensation, retribution for that sin to be done, to be forgiven. Now, in this kind of situation, that's the hadith of the night. We don't know the background. We don't know anything else. The whole point of the hadith is to do with whether he's going to go to the people of Jannah or not. The hadith does not say Allah forgave all of his sins. It doesn't say that Allah forgave everything and on the day of judgment he won't be questioned. No, it doesn't say that. All right. So this is the thing about hadith. When you're reading hadith, do not try to derive everything you can from a hadith. Right? Because hadith sometimes might be focusing on a certain aspect and it's silent on other issues. So yeah, that would be the answer. Okay. If you're reading a text which happens to have some Quran verse in there, do you need wudu? No, you don't. As long as it's only a few verses. In the middle spectrum, they understand, but they have to be told everything to do. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. Yeah. So best thing to do about this kind of situation is, ask someone who's actually a scholar and also understands about psychology as well. So someone like Sheikh Asim Yusuf. Yeah, Sheikh Asim Yusuf, he is probably the most qualified to be able to answer this kind of question. If the person doesn't know, like understand rulings, or is in some sort of a way difficult for them to be able to carry out, then I assume that the ruling would be waived for them. Yeah, that's what I would assume, but I wouldn't be able to say exactly. Yeah, so they don't understand much, then yeah, that person wouldn't be held responsible. But if they can understand, they can perform it, then they should. Sometimes they'll have sunset and Maghrib time separately, a few minutes apart. Maghrib, yeah. So you break at Maghrib time, not sunset. Because when the sun sets, Islamically, it's when the sun has fully gone below the horizon. That's what we call Maghrib. But if you look at it from on the internet, when they say sunset, they simply mean the sun has begun to dip. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes for the sun to fully disappear under the horizon. Okay, last week, a Muslim leader of my country filed a petition in court saying that 26 verses of the Quran promote terrorism. He said, I can prove it. Our people are now challenging Quran. What to do? You don't have to do anything, my brother. Brother, you have no responsibility, inshallah. I'm sure that people in India are dealing with this, inshallah. I think a lot of people think that they have to take the law into their own hands. You don't have to take the law into your hands. Don't worry, chill out. Yeah. In the time of, Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab, they were going around and saying all sorts of things. So you don't have to say anything, inshallah. Inshallah, Allah will deal with this guy. One of my uncles married with kids is going through really tough time, financial time since lockdown. A business ran away with his money, a good amount, and there's some hope that he might get it back. Now we are not sure how should we figure out our zakat is paid valid if we give it to him. Can we give him? Yeah, if he doesn't have the threshold, you can give him zakat. Yeah, so if someone's taking his money and he doesn't know if he's getting it back, he can consider it as though it's non-existent. Okay, next. AI. To what extent should someone listen to their parents regarding life decisions such as going uni? I mean, see, this is a difficult question. The rule basically is you don't obey your parents when they tell you to go do something against Islam. Otherwise, everything besides that, parents should be listened to. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to ignore everything in life and just listen to parents. The reason being is because sometimes parents don't understand, the parents will not understand what's happening in the world. Right? So what I would say in this kind of situation is speak to your parents, explain to your parents about the situation, and I'm sure you can try to convince them. But generally, you should try to listen to your parents as much as possible. Yeah. So why are the parents saying don't go university? What's the reason they're saying that? Okay, John Doe, what's the limit on savings that makes it fard to pay zakat on? So check out my zakat crash course. Yeah, my zakat crash course. If anyone can maybe put it up. Let me see if I can find it. Zakat. Yeah. Zakat crash course. Yeah, zakat crash course is a very, very easy way to understand the rulings of zakat, inshallah, and it should be very helpful for you. Okay, is it allowed for a woman to touch the Quran when she is on her period? No. Yeah, no, she wouldn't be allowed to touch the Quran. Just like if a person was in a state of impurity, they can't touch the Quran. Came Islam with the Prophet Muhammad or with, I don't understand. If you can explain that. Isn't it the case that the sun has set but light travels to, that's why it still looks like it hasn't set? I don't know the physics behind all this, but basically we just follow, as long as our eyes can see the sun is still there, it's still there. So the physics behind it, I think that's something which is left to physicists. But as long as we can see the sun on the horizon, it's still there. So once it's gone down, right, we can't see it anymore. That's when Maghrib starts. If I wipe my bleeding lip with my sleeve, can I pray Salah on the same clothing? As long as the amount of blood is not more than the size of a coin, a 2 pence coin. Otherwise, if it's more than the size of a 2 pence coin, you need to wash it. Just put it in the tap, wash that off. Ahla wa sahlan, Ibn Adam, alaikum salam. I'm very well, thank you very much for asking. So when do we open the fast? So you open the fast when the sun goes down. Maghrib time, basically when Maghrib time starts. It starts to dip, or when it has fully gone down. Yeah, so it has fully gone down. Yeah. I think a lot of people have this misconception of Maghrib fast breaks when the sun goes down. And they don't understand what it means. Going down means it's gone below the horizon. So that's why if you have a timetable that says sunset, Maghrib is actually when the sun has fully gone down below the horizon. Assalamu alaikum, ahla wa sahlan, afdal. So when speaking Fusha, do you utilize the heavy and thin letters, or is this only used for Quran? Yeah, I mean you do use it, because then it sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, so you use that, yeah. But obviously you don't have to, like, you can say volume, you don't have to say that. You can just speak normally. And the emphasis on the pronunciation isn't really that important. Okay, next. If one has been breaking fast at sunset, is it necessary to do qada? If a person has been doing it, I'm just trying to think if there's any sort of like school out there that would allow this. If a person has been breaking their fast and they've missed many, and they have broken their fast many fasts at sunset, then I would say don't do the qadas. If it's a few handful that you missed, that you have broken the fast sunset, do them again. So that's only if you're sure that you broke it at sunset and not maghrib, because the difference is about 5 minutes or so, between 5 to 10 minutes, usually 5 minutes. Okay, is it allowed for a woman to travel without a mahram? So I've answered this question before. The ruling basically would be, as long as there is safety there's a group of people, or there's safety, then it would be permissible. Otherwise, no. Moonlight, barakallah feekum. Okay, the Rocky, bro, You need to chill out, man. Yeah, I think you need to speak to someone in your own country rather than speaking to someone by 4,000, 5,000 miles away. You need to speak to some scholars in your own country about your situation. So, I think Ein Hayz meant, did Islam come with the Prophet ﷺ or did Islam start with Adam Islam? So basically, the Islam that came with the Quran came with the Prophet ﷺ. But submission to Allah has always been there. Yeah, this is something that's always been, even before Adam alayhi salam. Submission to Allah. Yeah. So, but the Islam, the version of Islam that's come to us that we have is the one that was given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How do we know? Let's check this out. How do we do the nose bit in wudu? Do we have to sniff the water? Try to sniff it slightly. Yeah, just slightly. Put it in your nose. Just, you don't have to sniff it if it's going to hurt you. Just put it in your nose. Okay. I asked. Okay, which one is this one? I asked some questions regarding zakat and zakat a few weeks ago. I asked the question about whether to take nisab of gold or silver for a child who got money. Yeah, so I did answer it on there. There's no zakat for child, according to Hanafis. No zakat at all for child zakat, for child's wealth, according to Hanafis. Mr. Boss, ahlan wa sahlan wa alaikum assalam. Mubin Rahman, usually just say fast is true dawn to sunset. So it's been confusing. Shocked me to Maghrib. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I think that's why people sort of like get this confused. Okay, now this person is older, but his money still doesn't fit. So if he's an adult and his money hasn't reached the level of nisab, then he doesn't have to give zakat. So in his childhood, no zakat in childhood. Check out my video. I'll put the video up. The zakat crash course. What is the second most authentic book? What is the second most authentic book for Hanafi fiqh after Mukhtasar? No, I mean Mukhtasar. Which Mukhtasar? You're talking about? There's loads of Mukhtasar Hanafi have. Also, the most authentic. I mean, if you're talking about Hanafi books, there's stronger, more authoritative books than Mukhtasar. If you're talking about Mukhtasar Quduri, I think you're talking about that. There's much stronger ones. Watch my video on the introduction to Quduri. I've explained it in there. So my introduction to, I don't think Yusuf, you have watched my Quduri videos. I keep telling you, watch my Quduri, watch my Quduri. And Ramadan's coming, you must watch my Quduri videos now. Okay. Okay. Next, randomly. Sheikh, I recently read the book Approach to Quranic Sciences of Taqi. It removed many of my doubts regarding Quran and its preservation. Can you please recommend some other similar books? There's a good book by Mustafa Azmi on the Quran. So Mustafa Azmi books on the Quran are very good. So just type in Mustafa Azmi on Quran and you'll find his books. You have also broken my heart. Allahu Akbar. You're not the first person, bro, that broke. You're not the first person that broken hearts as well. Is it obligatory to follow one specific madhab? Watch my video on this. I've explained this topic about madhabs. It's called The History of Madhabs, 3-part series. And inshallah, watch that. And then inshallah, if you have any other questions, I'll try to answer them. Ustad Abu Ya'la Shaddad ibn Aus stayed with the woman at the time of the battle. Is this correct? Why there no hijab for him? Why was the rules different for him? The rulings of hijab came in the 5th and 6th year. Yeah, in Islam. So they came a bit later. That's when the rules of hijab came later. So I don't exactly know, like the narrate. I don't know exactly what battle you're talking about and what narration you're talking about. But generally, I mean, if the Prophet ﷺ left a man with women, I mean, it doesn't mean that they were naked. They were covered up, obviously. So I think a lot of people, they tend to look at a hadith and they try to derive everything they can from this hadith, which is not right. What you have to understand is context behind hadith. How can I explain to friends that April Fool isn't allowed? Just don't. Yeah, you don't have to explain to them. What platform software are you using? Present the questions on screen. Is this built into your YouTube third party? So this is basically Restream. It's called Restream. It's a website. It's called Restream. So it's much easier, it's much cleaner than using OBS Streamlabs. What is the best way of comforting someone going through the passing of a loved one? Just be there for them. That's the main thing. Just be there for them and just listen to them. Do not tell them too many things, right? Just listen to them. Inshallah. You don't care about Indian Muslims. MashaAllah. I do care about Indian Muslims, but I think you need to ask. I just said to you, ask your local scholars. Yeah, I'm sure you can find you found me, didn't you? So if you found someone 5,000 miles away, I'm guaranteed भाई आप जो है ना आप वहाँ कोई मौलाना कोई आलिम से आप खुद पूछ ले अब 5,000 मील का जो फासला है आप उलमा क्यों ढूंढ रहे इतनी दूर SK وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته أهلا وسهلا SK. If you pray your Fajr, okay, let's check this one out. If you pray your Fajr and Zuhr, but for whatever reason miss your Asr, would you pray the Asr Qadha at Maghrib time before praying your Maghrib? Yes. Yeah, that's how you do it. You pray your Asr first. So according to Hanafis, you have to pray in order. Yeah, in order. What is the Hanafi opinion on making dua in Salah during sujood or at-tahiyyat positions? Please don't say go to Mukhtasar videos. Go to Mukhtasar videos. I've actually explained in Mukhtasar videos, but it's basically in Nafal Salat, there's permissibility for it. In Fard Salat, it should be avoided. OBS and StreamYard is amazing, yeah. Does the aura include the knees and navel? According to Hanafis, knees are included, navel is not included. Zaka Sheikh just made a quick research and is showing many books written by him on Quran. Could get a name, please? Yeah, all of them. All of his books on Quran are excellent. Yeah, the history, the compilation of the Quran, manuscripts, every book of his on the Quran, any book. You found me, didn't that? You found me, didn't that? Should be on the shirt. Yeah, that's a good one. That is definitely. Assalamu alaikum, Masir. Ahlan wa sahlan. Have you ever heard of the Majalla? Yes, Majalla is a very famous work it actually was done by started off by the son of Ibn Abidin. Yeah, so he and a group of scholars in Turkey, they started this. So it's a manual on muamalat, on dealings, which is to help like lawyers in court to be able to answer like problems, disputes. Yeah, it's very good. Ibn Adil Sheikh, I can say the main thing in April Fools is lying and trickery, and lying is allowed. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, especially if you're going to hurt someone. Like you're going to do a prank on them, you're going to hurt them. Definitely not allowed. If you were on a desert island and could only choose one book to accompany you, which book would you choose, excluding the Quran and books of Hadith? That's a tough question, this is. I think I would probably choose the Argos catalog. So if I need to burn it, use it as a pillow, I can use it as a pillow. Look, if you're on an island, yeah, let me tell you, no book is going to help you apart from understanding about your religion. Because what's the point of having a book if you're on an island, right? The knowledge isn't going to help you. You might as well get some sort of book that's going to help you in being able to live on an island, isn't it? How to build a makeshift house, or how to survive, how to eat, search for food, and how to make salt water into sweet water. That's the kind of books that you want. So that's my new answer now. Mufti Saab, can you eat the food of Shias and pray behind them? You can eat their food. Their prayer is a bit different than ours. So I would, unless they pray exactly the same way as us. And if you know that they have said something if you know the Imam leading them believes in beliefs which are deviant beliefs or against Islam, against what we believe in our Ahlus Sunnah Jama'ah, then don't pray. What's the best book for mastering mu'amalat? What's something on the level of Hashia, At-Tahtawi, and Maraqi? The thing about mu'amalat is Badaya Sana is very good. thing about mu'amalat is mu'amalat requires experience with an expert. That's the main thing, definitely. Where can we get free books on Islam, like from Mustafa Azmi? Google it, bro. I'm laughing so loud. Okay. A book on how to survive on desert island. That's the one. That's the one book I need. The Idiot's Guide to Living on a Desert Island. Yeah, that's the exact book. I think people ask this question, and for some reason, I don't know who came out with this first question of what book would you take with you on a desert island. Why you're going on a desert island? You're not going there for a holiday. You're gonna end up there, aren't you? So it's not like, all right, guys, yeah, I'm going to a desert island with one book. Yeah, so please make dua for me. By the way, which book should I take with me? Someone should write a book on how to become awliya, or how to fly and manifest miracles. Definitely. Okay. So I would need to calculate the zakat yearly for the child after his puberty. Yes, after his puberty, you wait 12 months and then you start his zakat. Should I take nisab of silver? Silver, yes. Yeah, take the nisab of silver. According to Abu Hanifa, he says silver is the one they should take. What if I am not sure what the yearly calculation is? So you know what I would tell you, if you go on to, like, your questions are very good questions. Go on to National Zakat Foundation. They've actually got a website called Miss Zakat Calculation. That's what it's called. And they step by step, they help you go through the entire thing. If you've missed out giving zakat from many years, even from puberty, they'll help you step by step working it out. But yeah, so if you're not sure a yearly calculation is, you just overestimate, right? You roughly work out from what you remember what you had, and then you work backwards or forwards. Sheikh, did you mention why April Fool is not allowed in the video? I came in midway. No, I didn't mention. No. I mean, I don't really know exactly what the reality of April Fool is. Nothing wrong with April Fool. As long as you're not harming anyone. If you're going to harm someone, then it's not allowed. Yeah. Just like if you're going to play a trick on someone, yeah, it's allowed as long as you don't, like, harm them or do anything which is going to really, scar them. What's your opinion on the Hikam? Is it a good book? Hikam, by which book is this? Who's the author? Hikam simply literally means the wisdoms. So the Quran is also a book of Hikam. So which exact book? I don't know what the Hikam is. In case of divorce, is it better for a woman to dispense the mahar, or would you recommend her to take it? Divorce. If a woman gets a divorce, the mahar is totally hers, unless there is a khula that takes place, in which case the husband may request the mahar and she'll have to give it. But otherwise, the mahar is hers to keep. Is istidraj a form of a miracle? No. Istidraj literally means step by step leading a person to go astray. That's what it means. Okay, Ibn Ata'illah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really read through it. I've read bits of it, but not through it. NZF has a good PDF for zakat. Yeah, check that out. Definitely. Is there khiyal aib in nikah? No. Can I at least do return of the nuqsan and not the... No, you can't get a partial refund, bro. You can't get a partial refund. Alhamdulillah, all questions are finished. MashaAllah. Shall I finish early today? Shall I do an early one? Ya Allah. So, Jazakallah khair, guys, for all your questions. MashaAllah. As usual, I enjoy your company. Recently, One Path released a video on how meat is labeled halal, but it's not really halal. From this, should we just quit eating meat. Not really. No, I don't exactly know the video they made. I don't know the background. Yeah, as long as you trust the person who tells you about the meat, you can take their word for it. As long as they are trustworthy people. In Bengali culture, the groom promises a sum of money if the couple divorce. Is this from the Sunnah? I think you're probably talking about mahar. The mahar is something which is the right of the woman anyway. Whether you give it at the beginning of the marriage, in the middle of the marriage, or at the end of the marriage. Yes, I think that's what you're talking about. So that's actually not sunnah, it's fard to give the mahar. The Quran says it. Yeah, so it's fard to give mahar. So, but it's the wife's right. This is the wife's right. This is. Sheikh, is it okay to trim the size of the beard next to the ears? Yeah, you can make it nice and so like measured and appropriate. Are McDonald's fries halal? I have no idea. No, I can't even remember the last time I had them. Last question. Can we ask more questions? I don't know about that one. Not too sure about that. MashaAllah, Qasim. Ahlan wa sahlan. Jazakallah khair for your kind donation. May Allah bless you. Jazakumullah khair. Very good. How you been? Haven't seen you for a while, man. Regarding the meat, the guy slaughtering said he doesn't even eat the meat himself. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, look, generally, like in life, when we read, for example, like when we read ingredients on a packet, the company could be lying to us. They could be putting stuff in there which is not in there. Right? We don't know. So the whole idea is when you're dealing with people in the world, it's all about trust. If you are not trusting someone about where the meat comes from, don't eat it. You don't eat it. Like if you go to a restaurant and you don't trust the people in the restaurant and you're asking them, is it halal? And they're saying to you, yeah, it's halal, and you don't trust them, do not eat it. Right? That's where you should be very careful. But if you go to the restaurant and you got no issue, the people, you trust the people and you don't need to go and further investigate, you can eat the meat. So that's basically how these kind of issues work. It's taking people's word for it, basically. If you've had bad experience and the person, for example, has been lying continuously about this, then obviously then you don't take their word for it. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah, so Jazakallahu khairan. That's the way to say it. You can say khaira. Jazakallahu khaira. Or you can say Jazakallahu khairan. Or you can say Jazakallah. Different riwayats. Any update on the cats? Yeah, the cats are doing well, man. Yeah, they're doing nice. Well, I'm gonna go and see them tomorrow, inshallah. See how the cats are. I picked up one, the grey one, and it just like put its claws into my shirt, and it wouldn't let go, and then it tore some of the threads off. What is haram when it comes to trimming, cutting the beard? So basically, the cheeks are all okay. This area is okay. Underneath is okay. Basically, anything on the jaws, should be left. Yeah, and trimming it as long as it makes it look, presentable, you can do that. Yeah, and then Hanafis have difference of opinion, but many Hanafis say 1 fist is the amount that can be cut. Some Hanafis say it can be shorter than that. Shaving the beard off, totally not permissible. This is separate from mahar. It's just a written amount specifically for divorce. Possibly. It's not from the sunnah. I mean, if it's part of the mahar, it could be part of the mahar. Like they might not call it mahar, but they might consider it part of the mahar. That's possible then. Is it allowed to shape up the beard? Yeah, so you can shape up the beard so long as you're not shaping it too much and you're not cutting too much. Can I ask? I am teacher. I wish to teach to foreign. Very good. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Jazakallah is the best way. Jazak. JZK, or the new one, Jazaks. Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ahlan wa sahlan, Nahid. Would you say to wear the thobe or jubba is sunnah, not sunnah muakkada? If you're saying it's a sunnah adiyah, it was a practice of many of the Arabs. I mean, look, the true reality is Abu Jahl probably wore a jubba as well. Yeah, so the jubba was worn by Abu Jahl and was worn by Abu Lahab as well, and others. The Prophet actually very rarely wore a jubba. He mostly wore like the clothing of ihram. That's what he wore most. Is it better to adopt or buy a cat? I mean, it depends how much money you got, haven't you? What kind of cat you want, and what sort of breed and all that. So it all depends. I'm reading a translation of Mukhtasar al-Quduri. What's your opinion on the translation by Tariq Muhammad Kinani? I think it's Kinani, not Kinning. Really can't. Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. I've read through many parts of it. Very good translation, alhamdulillah. Irrespective of what he belongs to, whether he's a Deobandi or a Brailvi or anyone else, yeah, or a Sufi or this or that. Very good translation, mashallah. I enjoyed your podcast with Maulana Shaheen talking about university and madrasa curriculum. Ahlan wa sahlan, mashallah. That was a good one, that wasn't it? Fayaz Haq. Ustad, if you're a Hanafi but can't open your shoes due to being in a forest, can you wipe on the shoes? So did you do wudu before? That's the question. Did you have wudu from before when you wore the shoes? Isn't it khayra in as they stop fatha? No, we don't have anything from the sunnah, unfortunately. I see what happens is a lot of people, they learn tajweed and now they want to apply tajweed to all Arabic. By Bismillah amutu wa ahya. So they want to apply to every single thing. So in the time of Sahaba, people never used to kind of like focus on the tajweed and all these du'as and things. It was Quran. So no need to be so like particular about these things when it comes to. Is it allowed for a woman to fill the lips temporarily very decently with hydrochloric acid, which is a natural ingredient? I'm not sure because I don't know the consequences they can have. I would say as long as the doctor has said to them that it will not have a bad impact on them, it will not have adverse effects, and it will not cause them some damage, then there's permissibility for it. MashaAllah, Qasim, ahlan wa sahlan. What's happened to the podcast? They were good discussions. Yeah, I know, man. But it's just trying to get 3 people at the same time free again. It's a bit difficult at the moment. So reach out to Altaf and Naveed. Tell them how important the podcasts are. Maybe in Ramadan we might start something. We'll see. But yeah, Jazakallah khair for your kind donation. May Allah bless you. You should upload YouTube shorts of those different ways of saying Jazakallah and the likes. Yeah, I mean, I don't like putting stuff up just for clickbait. I'm totally against that, and I hope I don't turn into one of those people that does that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people will like entertainment, that kind of stuff. I heard it's haram to buy and sell cats. Yes. And there's also rulings regarding this as well that the Sahaba had mentioned. So there's this hadith, and there's scholars that have criticized the hadith as well. Comes in Abu Dawud as well. It's been criticized about the sanad of this hadith. So yeah, there's a permissibility of it. Do I have to do wudu if I don't remember if I have wudu or not? As long as you remember that you did wudu in the day, then that would be sufficient. Deobandis and Brelvis should unite rather than fighting. Definitely. Totally for that. Can't lie, you're a don. Knowledgeable, mashallah, Allah knows best. Jazakallah khair for your kind du'as. Uh, do I have wudu when I don't remember whether I have wudu or not? Yeah, as long as you remember you done wudu in the day, if you've forgotten whether you've got wudu or not after that, you can consider yourself to have wudu. Is it better to learn Arabic or the Quran? Why can't you do both? How can you do both? I mean, it looks almost impossible, but who knows? Just curious then, Sheikh, why do you wear jubba, thobes, and topi? Why do I wear it? I just wear it because it's a cultural thing. This is something which, like, I know there's a lot of people who would probably listen to me better if I wear a topi, if I wear an imama. And I like it. It's comfortable. It's nice, comfortable clothing. And if I wear like what I'm wearing now, yeah, I think people won't listen to me giving a talk in the masjid. So it's a cultural clothing, just like shalwar kameez or wearing izar or wearing other types of clothing. It's culture. People like seeing people in that, so it's more of like a cultural clothing. And the sunnah is basically covering your aura and wearing modest clothes. That's the main thing. How do you feel being one of the few skinny uncles? Alhamdulillah. Yeah, today I did a 30-mile ride. It's 29 miles really, but I like to say 30. So yeah, I did a 30-mile ride today. So burnt lots of calories. Is it permissible to invest in a bank? If it's an interest-based bank, no. Mufti, did you go to college and university? I went to college, yeah. I went to college. I got into university, but I didn't do my course. I went to madrasa. You're not skinny and you're not fat. You can't change it now, bro. He's still young, mashallah, Sufyan. That's the way. Young at heart. Young at heart. Is it mandatory to pay zakat from the monthly salary you get? How do you calculate? Check out my zakat course, my crash zakat course. Yeah, in there I've explained this, so check that out. Yeah, inshallah, all this will be explained in there. What books do you teach in Arabic for someone who has studied Medina books? If someone has studied Medina books, on my uruk.com, if you go to my uruk.com, I've got a Tarkib course, which is a grammar course. My YouTube channel, I've got a Jurumiyya course. And 70 Quranic Arabic 17 lessons would be easy for you then, so you wouldn't have to do that. And then I've got Shar Qatr Nada course, so you can check those out, inshallah. Ustad, what's your opinion on credit cards and owning one? Well, I've got one, so I think that means that I am okay with it. Yeah. Because you need it in today's society. It's very, very important, especially if you want to do a lot of transactions and building up your credit score. So unfortunately, in this kind of society, it's quite important to have. Which madrasa did you go to? I went to Banuri town in Karachi, Pakistan. Also, have you seen that podcast from the Mad Mamluk guys regarding Maulana? No, I don't really have time to watch podcasts. The only podcast I like watching is Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's probably the only one that I've watched the most. Can I invest in cinema shares that show a wide variety of films? I would say no. I would say avoid that. How can I increase HK? How can I increase my speed of Arabic reading? I'm reading Dr. Salah Abul Hajj's book in the Introduction to Hanafi School. Takes me around an hour to read 10 pages. Excellent. Hour, 10 pages is very good. The thing is, what we have to remember is reading speed is going to be different from book to book. So if it's a textbook, textbooks are going to take your time because they're not designed to be read quickly. You have to think about them. Novels, you're going to read quickly. So if you want to read quick, read a novel. Get yourself an Arabic novel, storybook, and just read through that, and you'll see how fast you read through it. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I mean, I read about maybe 10 pages in half an hour. Yeah, that's about 20 pages an hour, or maybe give and take, depending on what book. So yeah, so don't worry about how fast you're gonna read. Try to absorb what's in the main points. Try to read that. Okay, Mufti, where did you do your iftar Mufti course? I did it in Pakistan. May Allah protect you. Ameen, ameen. What's your what's your view on as he went? No, he didn't go to the one I went to. He went to Binuriya. Binuri is a different madrasa, totally different madrasa than Binuri town. Yeah. And my view on him is, guys, do not watch him. Do not listen to him. Do not watch him. Yeah. Okay. Salam. I do not understand the answer about shaving the beard. What does someone do if they have a good beard? What does someone do if they don't have a good beard, like not long and many hairs? I mean, can you keep that nice looking? Yeah, so it's just basically the scholars say that regarding the shaving, because there's kind of like very sort of like explicit texts in the madhabs regarding the shaving. So trimming, there's ikhtilaf regarding trimming. Yeah, as long as it's not a blade is not used. That's what they basically say. Is it allowed to buy so-called okay, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Is it allowed to buy so-called loot boxes in games where you can get some random digital items? Sometimes these items are useful and sometimes they can come out useless and you don't need them. Yeah, it's possible because this is not gharar, so it doesn't fall under it doesn't fall under extreme uncertainty. So if it's excessive uncertainty, gharar, that's not allowed. But people can't. It's like buying a Kinder Surprise egg. It's got a toy in there. You know, you might get one toy, another toy. So these kind of things are overlooked by the consumer. Joe Rogan been getting very bad Muslim representative guests on. Imagine them. Oh, did you get him? I haven't watched it recently. Twisted idea of Islam, millions. He actually had a good. If you remember, he had Faraz Zahabi. That was a good one. Since he had a Faraz Zahabi, his views about Islam have changed a lot. But I don't know about the Majid Nawaz one. Similarly, what about booster packs of trading cards like Pokemon? The cards are also So the same thing applies there, because the gharar is a small amount of gharar. It's not excessive uncertainty. Then it's fine. Muhammad Hijab is refuting. Oh, is he? Interesting. Joe Rogan podcasts are good. If the fast valid, is the fast valid if one eats after imsak, not knowing that the time had finished? Is the fast valid if one eats after imsak, not knowing that the time had finished? I don't understand. So they're doing imsak. What's the time? When does the time of imsak finish? I don't understand. Is it halal to use Lucky Patcher to hack games? I don't know what they are. Explain what they are. Does the imam and the follower need to have the same intention? Is my prayer valid if I pray for a dhuhr behind praying sunnah? No. According to Hanafis, no. Why are dates? Oh, you're going to be one of those random questioning guys. Okay. If someone has a special skin condition that causes itching, is it allowed for such a person to scratch himself? Scratch himself in prayer? Yeah, it'd be fine. Yeah, he's got a condition. Okay. Next one. I read somewhere that Imam Abu Hanifa was amongst the Murji'a school. No, this is not correct. People say, like, people have called all sorts of people have called Abu Bakr names, Umar radiallahu anhu names. People have called the Prophet sallallahu names. So, if an Imam has been called names, I mean, that's something which is, people get that. Imam Zuhri was called names as well. Famous narrative of Hadith. Bukhari was called names as well. So these kind of names, I mean, as long as it's not from someone who's an authority, it's fine. If he's allowed to play games like the Ouija board, avoid it. I think it usually probably involves some sort of demonic, calling out some demonic names or jinn or something. Are women allowed to shave their upper lip, etc.? Yes, they can. They can shave. Our Imam mother is quite ill. Admit hospital. Request du'a. May Allah make easy for her. Give her shifa kamil. If I'm not wrong, you mentioned that if you normally don't wear topi, you shouldn't wear it during salah, correct? What about the Hanafi ruling then? No, I didn't say that. I said if a person doesn't normally wear it outside, then they don't have to wear it in salat. I didn't say if a person doesn't wear it outside, they can't wear it in salat. So the Hanafi ruling is based upon, so those texts that mention about the covering of the head, this is talking about the days in which people would not be seen like bareheaded outside. So it was them days. That's when the fatwa was given. Okay, wa alaikum assalam, Sharif, ahla wa sahlan, alhamdulillah, nabi khair. Countries banning the way of slaughtering animals. What is the best way to deal with these types of situations? Just get meat from outside. Import the meat, bro. Import it. Start a business. Is it true that Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq was stepfather? I've never heard that. Mufti, why were the ulama in times of Abu Hanifa really harsh against him and his views? They weren't. There were just a few, but not all of them. Many of them acknowledged his status. So this happens with everyone nowadays. There's many people against, very famous scholars of today's time, criticize them, and that's what happens. Okay, next SMB. If you fast Ramadan exactly Fajr time, is that valid? Yeah, if you start your fast at exactly Fajr time, when the Fajr starts. Muhammad Prairie, wa alaikum assalam, ahla wa sahlan. If you reach to a mosque and you get someone in praying maybe sunnah, can we follow for jama'ah with our? If you reach the mosque and you get someone is praying maybe sunnah, no. If you find out they're not praying fard, you got to repeat your salat again. Who is your favorite classical scholar? My favorite classical scholar is Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. What is Wahdat al-Wujud? Allahu alam. Do you give kafara for prayer? Someone who has missed 2 prayer and passed away. Do you give kafara for prayer? Yeah. If a person missed a prayer, you give kafara. I study in Darul Uloom. Ahlan wa sahlan. Marhaban. Would it be possible for me to go and do my Bukhari in Jamia Binoria? I don't know about Jamia Binouri. I have never studied Jamia Binouri. I studied in Binouri town. So Binouri town is a different madrasa. Jamia al-Ulum Islamiyya is called. So Binouri, you have to find out. I don't know, but in Binouri town, yeah, you can. Advise me about teach for non-Arab. Advise me teach for I don't understand. Wa alaikum assalam, Al-Haq Productions. I've read that if women pray in Jama'ah and the Imam has to intend to lead women in prayer, otherwise, no, he doesn't have to. This is only if there's a fear. Hanafi says this only is a fear if it's a place where the women will unknowingly stand next to the men. Only in that situation. Can I make an educational video? Can I ask a non-Muslim to make educational video? Like they say, video recommendations. If they use YouTube money for haram stuff, or the video they make might be music in it. Can I ask a non-Muslim to make an educational video? Yeah, you can. Like they say, give video recommendation. I don't understand. You tell them don't put video music in there. Tell them. Can the women do laser hair removal for the whole body? As long as they don't expose the area between the navel and knees to men. Okay. With the quick question. Where I leave my workplace where there are women workers and music playing. Should I leave my workplace where there are women workers and music playing? If you're working in a nightclub, leave, bro. Otherwise, if it's not intrinsic, if the music and the thing is not intrinsic to that work, then it's fine. Thank you for clarification, Atopi. You're welcome. I watch your sarf videos. Yes, ahlan wa sahlan. Is it okay for men to grow hair as long as it doesn't resemble women? MashaAllah, Sheikh has jet black hair. No, I got loads of white hair. Look, all that white hair, bro. All that white hair. It's just the camera's good. Yeah, camera is. Can you do tayammum on someone who has passed away in the Hanafi school? Can you do tayammum on someone who's passed away if ghusl is not possible? Yeah. How much will be kafara for each prayer? It's the amount you give for sadaqatul fitr. So find out how much you give for sadaqatul fitr. That's how much you give. Okay, next. Aaron, would you advise someone to do Bukhariya in Pakistan or complete his under his ustads? I would say you don't have to go Pakistan. Study under your ustads, yeah. Unless the place you're going in Pakistan has a teacher who is very well known for teaching Bukhari, then go there. Is halal nail varnish allowed for women? As long as they take it off before they do wudu. Assalamu alaikum. In Surah Baqarah, Allah says, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ آمِنُوا كَمَا آمَنَ النَّاسِ. This verse was revealed regarding the hypocrites. However, in the verse they say they have. Okay, can a Muslim do business of photography in the studio as a business, as long as they're not taking images of things that are immoral, yeah, or nakedness? Why are women prohibited from going to the hammam and public bath? This was in the olden days. It was the way that the public baths were designed, because it was a lot of nudity there. So the early scholars prohibited it because even the Sahaba's days, because in Sham, Byzantines, women used to go naked into the bath, into these public baths, and take off their towels and everything. That's why it was prohibited. But nowadays it's fine because people are covered up, and as long as no one is exposing their aura, that would be fine. Public baths. I wake in a takeaway where there's music playing and women workers. I don't know whether to say, yeah, you can stay. Try to find a better job. If you can find a better job, then leave. If you can't find a better job, stay there until you can. Because I think sometimes a lot of times people find it difficult to get jobs. Clearly disbelieved by calling the Muslims who believed fools, and hypocrites are those who hide their... Yes. So hypocrites in the sense that they're kafir. And not hypocrites as today when we call someone, this guy's a hypocrite. No, hypocrite in the Quran is referring to people who are kafirs, hiding their kufr by claiming they're Muslims, like undercover. Can you make separate video on how to calculate prayer times themselves? I've actually made one. Check my Kuduri. In my Kuduri, the salat times, I've explained it over there. Next, in bin Adam. So Hanafi Imam doesn't have to make intention for women praying behind. I thought it was necessary. No, it's not necessary. It's only necessary. This is what Imam Ibn Abidin mentions. It's only necessary when a person fears that women will stand next to the men, which it doesn't happen nowadays. Women have separate facilities, separate places. They know where they stand. Mufti, can I disagree with my teacher's views? Doing certain hairstyles, him believing certain hairstyles are haram, despite being a layman. Yeah, you can you can disagree. Yeah, you can disagree as long as you've got knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, your disagreement doesn't mean anything really. Like which ustad in Pakistan? Okay, let's see this one out. Like which ustad in Pakistan? Mufti Sharaf and Mufti Taki. I'm not too sure at the moment. When I was there, Maulana Anwar Badakhshani taught us Bukhari. He's very good. Maulana Abdul Halim Chisti has passed away now. Many of the teachers have passed away when I was there. Sheikh Sarfraz Khan Safdar, Maulana Hassan Jan Saab, Maulana who else was there? Yeah, Maulana Salimullah Khan Saab. They all passed away now. But I don't know at the moment who's there at the moment. Mufti Taqi Usmani, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it'd be good if you can go abroad, and if you're young, then definitely go for it. Is the prayer of a Hanafi valid if he prays behind a Shafi? Because the fact that Shafi only wipes over strands of hair, yes, it will be permissible. For the women going to the hammam, she covers from the knee to navel, and she is around other women, correct? That's right. Is sleeping after Asr makruh? No. And Haiz, is it allowed for women to pray directly next to her husband? As long as they're not praying behind an imam. Right, so if they're praying their own salat separately, that's fine. In Sarf, when you read an irregular verb in the Quran, how would you go to the origin of that word from Ajwaf, Mithal, Naqis? And if there's also a technique to detect, there's no technique. It's just over time you pick it up. That's the thing. So there's no specific technique for it. You just gotta like be familiar with wording, basically. Vocab. It's all about vocab. Could you start like Urdu Kitab Fazail Amal Urdu or something else to help Alim students with Urdu? No, I'm not too good at Urdu. There's other better people who can speak Urdu. I can understand Urdu, I can speak Urdu, but I'm not good at teaching Urdu. So try to find someone online who actually teaches Urdu. I think that would be the best thing. I see some people, they don't put their hand on the chest at Iqam. Don't know what that is. Does this any agreement with the Sunnah? Chest at Iqam. I don't understand what that is. Assalamu alaikum. What is good source to learn Arabic punctuation rules? Not too sure, If you're going to do a Google search, you probably find Imla. They call it Imla. So look for Imla. You can probably find it on YouTube as well. Ilmul Imla. Yeah. It would be good if you could make a video Arabic books on or do reviews on them, which students must have in their library. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is definitely. Inshallah. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. And also, guys, I request you guys, if you guys love my channel, I want you guys to support orphans. So I am collecting for orphans, and I want you guys to support the orphans. Yeah. So here is the link. I'm gonna put the link over here, and I want you guys to spread this, right? Because I'm collecting for orphans, and Ramadan's coming up, and I want to help the orphans around the world, and I'm sure you guys want to help orphans around the world. So donate and share it with your contacts as well, so that more people can get reward as well, and our beloved orphans around the world can get help, financial support. Okay, so here is check it out. Here is the link. Yeah, I'll put it in the comments as well, so you guys can check it out in the comments and help our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world and orphans there as well, inshallah. Yeah, so let's type in here. Ya Allah. Okay, so next. What if you're fasting, you prolong your fast out of forgetting to break it? Is my fast accepted? Yes, definitely. As long as you've gone past Maghrib, you passed the Maghrib start time, your fast is done. Yeah. Can you speak should Hindi, Sheikh? Urdu influence? I don't know. No, I don't think I can. Could you start a sarf kitab rather than your own way of teaching? I think would be very beneficial. Something like ilmu sarf and some sarf nahu, something like ilmu nahu. Inshallah, after I finish my sarf, inshallah, then I'll start a book, inshallah. Mufti, sorry about this, but this job I have is part-time. It's just weekend. It's okay if I stay. Look, if you're going to stay in that environment, there's a lot of music and there's a lot of interaction with women in there, and it's going to have an impact on you. And if you're a student of knowledge as well, I would say to avoid it. Yeah, and Allah will give you better. But if it's something that you need and there's no other job that you can get at the moment, then I would say you can stay in there. Which English translation is good? The Gracious Quran. What's your opinion on Islamic mortgages? Are they permissible? It all depends on the terms and conditions and who the scholars are that are monitoring it. Okay, I mean, some people are not keeping their hands on their chest when they stand for prayer. Yes, it's a disagreed issue. Yeah, it's a different issue. Mufti, did Musa nation pray 3 times a day? We don't know exactly from categorical text, but that's what it seems. What do you think of Sheikh Muhammad Awama's book on and Tahqiqat. Very good. MashaAllah. Very good. Arif Ahmed Siddiq Al-Masarf. Mufti, have you heard of the Arabic poet Imran Qais? No, there's no such guy called Imran Qais. It's Imru'ul Qais. I've heard of Imru'ul Qais, but I've never heard of Imran Qais. I think Imran Qais used to go to my school. Teach Dars Nizami. Inshallah. What do you think of students in madrasa having phones, as it has become necessary in today's times? Yeah, it's fine. I think it's, as long as they are sensible with it and it doesn't affect their studies. This might be a funny question, but if someone swears at shaitan, is it a sin? No, it won't be a sin. Do you know Abu Layth? Yeah. What do you think of him? Do not listen to him. Deviated views. Sheikh, could you possibly give a talk regarding the Hanafi fiqh ruling regarding Ramadan? Inshallah, I've put up a post. Inshallah, I'm going to be giving a course on it. You can join online, but you have to pay for it. It's with the Sufa Institute. It's called, actually, it's free. Yeah, it's free. It's a free course. Look at that. Free course is going to be online with a Sufa Institute. So if you go to a Sufa Institute, type a Sufa Institute in, you will find it over there. You're probably Sunni in it. Brother Anon, yes, I am the Sunni. Anyway, guys, Jazakumullah khair. I'm going to finish there. I think you guys' questions have finished as well. So, Jazakumullah khair. Inshallah, I will see you guys next time. And like I said, that link that I put up, please donate, guys. This is going for orphans. This is not going to me. It's going to orphans. I'm collecting for orphans. And I want you guys to have a share in this as well, to get reward. And I want you guys to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the month of Ramadan starts as well. So month of Ramadan is starting. Hopefully, inshallah, next week we're going to have live stream Saturday again. But in Ramadan, there is not going to be a live stream at this time. If I do have a live stream, the timings will change. So at the moment, I haven't really sort of decided yet. But inshallah, Jazakumullah khair, all of you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Check out the other videos that I put up as well. I make videos on Sarf. I make videos on learning how to read the Quran. I make videos on Arabic poetry. I make videos on Mukhtasar al-Quduri, on Kanz al-Daqa'iq, and Quran, and all the topics as well. So, Jazakumullah khair. Alhamdulillah. Do you celebrate Milad? Yes, I do celebrate Milad. Ahlan wa sahlan. Every Muslim should celebrate Milad. Every Muslim should celebrate the Prophet ﷺ coming into this world. Definitely. Can someone urinate while standing, even if they have the option of sitting? Yes, they can. Although it's best not to. Yeah, it's best not to. Jazakallah khair, Abu Safura. Inshallah. Take care. And ahlan wa sahlan to everyone. Thoughts on Ibn Abban? I don't know who Ibn Abban is, but there was a guy in my class. His name was Ibn, but I don't know about Ibn Abban. Do you agree with Julus? Julus simply means to protest. Do I agree with protests? I do, if there's a valid protest. Anyway, take care, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.